Hello, my name is Casey. You may call me Mr. Casey Jones, and I like talking about user experiences. Today, I want to talk to you about Kickstarter. Whoa, hang on, don't worry. I'm not trying to convince you to back a project of mine. I don't have one. But before we get to that, when designing, there are a few things you should think about. Think about your audience. How old are they? That will really determine a lot, whether it's how much attention span they have, or maybe familiarity with tech in general, if it's for an app or something. It even applies to posters and newspapers, everything, really. How are their eyes doing? Are they fading? Are they crisp? And very importantly, are they colorblind? What about their cognition? Do they have trouble focusing? Do they have trouble understanding certain things, maybe vocabulary or design elements that might be confusing or misleading? Hey, what about their finger dexterity? I mean, this might not apply for a poster so much, but for an app especially, or on the browser, are they going to be able to hit the target of a certain button or link? These are just some things you need to consider when designing. And if you don't want certain people to interact comfortably or to understand what is happening, then you can just ignore some of these. Okay, let's speed this up. What about the device someone's using? Age, older operating system maybe? What's the condition of the screen perhaps? The settings someone might have, they might really mess with the color balance, say. What about the environment someone's in? You got to think about the age of the environment. No. Think about like the brightness. Is it a bright sunny day? Maybe it's night, and then the night mode on the screen will turn on and make everything kind of orange if the user has that setting on. Think about distractions. Maybe they're on a motorcycle and there's mud being flung onto the screen. You got to think about all this stuff. Okay, back to Kickstarter now. Here we are on the desktop browser. We see some icons here for notifications. I'm hovering over them. I'm getting nothing. It's very confusing for some... Oh, wait a second. It just turned blue when I clicked it. What does that mean? No, explain it. Pretend I'm somebody who doesn't understand what this means. You need to think about this. Remember from earlier in this video? Okay, I'm going to pretend that I'm 89 years old and I really want to back my grandson's Kickstarter project. It's an AI Pokemon card 3D print project, let's say. But I don't want notifications. How do I do that? How do I know that clicking well, luckily I'm old and I know that that's a letter. So maybe when I click that, it'll not send me letters? Or it'll only send me blue letters in blue envelopes? What's this rectangle next to the letter? I don't understand. Okay, let's pretend I'm 12 and I want to back my friend's Kickstarter project. It's a AI Pokemon card 3D print thing. Yes, me, the 12-year-old, is friends with the other 89-year-old's grandson. What is this box with some triangles? Also, I'm colorblind, so when I click on this, I don't really know what's happening. Okay, you get my point. They really should have something to indicate what that is doing for people who need a little help. And the beauty of making it easier to understand for people that need that help is people who understand what happens when you click a letter icon and turn it blue. If you made it even clearer, it would just simply be either equally clear or slightly clearer for those people as well. It's what I like to call a win-win. Now you might say to me, oh, but that'll mess up the design. First of all, I don't want backtalk. But second of all, wait a second, let's look on the left here with notifications. Whoa, hang on, we've got that little bar there to show you where you are on the page and what's going on. What if there was a bar like that underneath the letter to show that it's activated to help out a little more? that could help. Okay, let me click on newsletters. Oh, okay, we're going down to the newsletters page. I don't know where I am because the notification and the newsletter, that didn't update for some reason. How am I supposed to know where I am in space? Yeah, I could just look up there, but that's a bit of an oversight. Anyways, let's look at the iPad mobile version on the just through the web browser. It's the same. And finally, thank you for sticking in there with me, we have the mobile app on my phone. Well, look at this. First of all, we have that Kickstarter green, and that I feel was missing from the website. Not quite sure why they chose blue. But more importantly, there is a slight gray background in addition to the green, which having those two I think is really, really important. Don't just rely on one or the other. I think having both is crucial. I think the dark gray could be a little darker, in fact, but I think I'm going to leave it here. I hope somebody at Kickstarter will somehow watch this. I doubt it. Or maybe, I don't know, hire me for design. Anyways, the lesson here is, for one, everything should be consistent, and also everything should be as clear as it can be without messing with the design. What I've shown here is the design, especially of the mobile app version. If that's good enough for the Kickstarter app, why is it not good enough for the website? The other question is, do the designers of the app also work on the website, or do they communicate with each other? If not, why not? Ask questions. Keep on asking questions. Who is the audience? Do you know everything about what they're capable of? And should you design for that? Or are you happy with leaving a percentage of people, whether that's a big percentage or small, leaving them in the dark, so to speak? And if you're not convinced by all of that, then how about I speak in a language that business people understand? Money. You have to pay extra staff for customer service for when all these people get so confused about how to turn off their notifications that they start calling, emailing, etc., etc. You get the point. Okay, I'll see you in another video some other time. Bye-bye.